The deadlift, so coveted, the modern strength rite of passage, truly the art of picking stuff up off the ground. So, why do we get so stupid at it? There are two types of deadlifters. The folks who want to make their deadlift better, and the folks who want to use their deadlift to make themselves better. Although one has the potential to help the other, they are not synonymous paths. Here's one silly, simple thing we can do to improve our deadlifts, to improve ourselves. And I'll throw in a couple little bonus ideas. We often pursue improving numbers on a lift at the cost of that lift no longer improving us. I talk about this in my books and my other videos, calling it the 800-pound squat syndrome. I use the squat as an example because I've worked with a lot of and dealt with a lot of extreme powerlifters in my time. But it might be even more blatant in the deadlift, because that sort of pursuit will change your technique. Chasing numbers dumbs down your strength. Although we often screw things up chasing a heavier bar, sometimes we just screw things up pursuing speed. And this is even sillier. A fast, sloppy deadlift gives no real representation of being stronger, and kind of just makes you look silly, like most exercises done for sport. And here it comes. The hippie shit I always talk about. The challenge isn't just in the exertion, it's in the experience. The sights, the sounds, the feelings, the expression, the grind of the lift is just part of it. A passion for movement is the connection with that experience. Not the work, not the sweating, the becoming. But if connection to the weight is more important than the connection to yourself through the experience, I'll keep making a case that you missed the point. Okay. So, the three things I'm going to recommend looking out for. And the last one is the big one, which is just a plea to fix an egregious mistake. 1. Be free to explore. There are some serious basic foundations to adhere to during a deadlift, just like the upcoming number 2 on our little list here. But otherwise, ditch the superfluous dogma. Find your deadlift, even if it changes regularly. Feet position, hand position, depth. Play with all of it. That's the negotiable part of the art. But, number 2, don't change the shape of your spine. This means on the way up, on the way down, which is foreshadowing for the next one, and at the top. Stop over pulling, get your ass to do its job so the spine doesn't have to. But if the spine changes shape, if this isn't dialed in and locked down, there are problems in your future. And now, number 3, the one we're here to talk about. For Cthulhu's sake, put the damn thing down properly. In fact, so well, you don't have to set up for the next rep because you never lost control on the way down. Hot take, even on a 1-rep max, with maybe just a few exceptions. Practice control on the way down, period, please. No bouncies, no droppies, no slouchies. Ugh, boo. Why the fuck have we begun to treat the deadlift as half a lift? Oh yeah. Because the weight or the speed have simply become more important than, well, you. But what if we get as much as we can from the entire lift, not just from the ground up? Return it to terra firma with so much control that you can immediately come back up with it without resetting. Unless, of course, it's too heavy to get another rep. Get stronger than ever by lowering it well. Try it with a few different techniques. Stop and go with no reset because you're already locked in. Or gently tap and go, just barely grazing the ground. But you're so locked in you can come right back up. Or pause halfway up and or halfway down. Always a crowd pleaser, if the crowd is your muscles. Yes, I actually have real weights. If you have to lower the weight to properly lower the weight, then the weight you were using wasn't actually your deadlift weight. It was just your half deadlift weight. Drop the ego, drop the weight down, don't drop the weight. That's the whole point of this thing. But gain so much more from it. Whoa, hello cicadas. Welcome back. Oh, you're huge too. Look at you up there. Wow. On every other lift, with the exception of the Olympic lifts, hopefully for obvious reasons, the lowering of the weight is always easier, and we can squeeze more out of it by... So why do so many lifters seem to fail to have the strength to properly lower their heavy deads? I learn most of what I need to know about a lifter's ability and technique in a deadlift by how well they lower the bar. Lowering the weight well is your technique. It's the manifestation of everything you're supposed to be doing to pick up the weight. Over the years, I've been able to predict what we need to work on to get it up by how they go down. I might want to rephrase that. So that's it. I just want you to put the weight down better. I want you to keep a good spine shape, and I want you to explore possibilities. The deadlift does offer so much possibility. It is proper to covet a better deadlift. That doesn't necessarily mean heavier, especially if it's going to mess with your technique. Intensity through quality first, then we can load it, as long as it doesn't decrease the quality. That's how you make your deadlift better to make you better. I would love to keep this conversation going, and we will over at BodyTribe.com. We have these forums where anybody can participate. We have the free Initiate program, which is your introduction to yourself, to the connection with yourself through your movement and strength pursuit. It's defining strength by how you move, not just what you move. And all that is actually free over at BodyTribe.com. Come join us if you want. Meanwhile, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. And thanks for inspiring, because you do. And remember, you matter. Treat yourself and others accordingly. Bye.